my name, I have to let you know that my parents were born in the 40s and 50s, and then when they got to the 60s, unfortunately, they were too straight-laced to do anything, so when they got to the 70s, they named me Sherrill, except for they spelled it S-H-E-R-R-I-L-L. No bicycle, tailplate, little license plate, no pencils, no, not like any normal kid, right? 4 years later, they had a sister for me, never asked me if I wanted one, but got one, and named her Nancy. I still love them. Tonight, we're talking about guilty pleasures. I think that sometimes your guilty pleasure is given to you by accident. Let me tell you. My father was, for all intents and purposes, a state auditor. So he met lots of dignitaries and different things in the state of New Jersey. So as a 4-year-olds are very literal. They see things, they interpret things in their own mind, but very literally. Okay. So my dad, somebody's coming to visit. Yeah, that means snacks for me. Okay. So this gentleman comes, wonderful man. Later on, I noticed his name is Lloyd Foster. Lloyd Foster was born in Jamaica. His parents raised him and educated him in Oxford, England. Okay? So I see this wonderful, beautiful, cocoa-colored skinned black man, and he speaks with a different voice. He brings 2 ladies with him. Brings my mother flowers, and he brings me a gift. He brought me, and now I'm aging myself, folks, a Holly Hobby book bag. Nice. For a Catholic school kid, I was rocking it. I am different from you. Okay? So he's amazing. He's amazing. He talks all night, and all I do is stare at him, and I'm like, that's amazing. He's a different color than I am. He brought 2 women, 2 ladies. I later found out that it was his wife and his wife's sister. Okay, but. So a couple days later, we had a wonderful dinner, everything. A couple days later, as a literal 4-year-old, I say to my mom and my dad, I go, when's the prince and the 2 mommies coming to visit again? I'm like, you brought a present first time, I think I'm gonna get some presents. So, a prince and 2 mommies, my mother's like, what is going on? Here, in my storybooks as a child, someone who brought more than one person with them, a woman with them, was like sheiks and Arabs, and I had various different storybooks. He was a prince. There were 2 princesses with him. Well, Lloyd Foster loved this for the rest of his life. Every time he visited, come give the prince a big hug. And he was amazing. He was amazing. Okay, so I thought that black men who spoke with British accents were amazing. And I loved it. Then, as the wondrous spirit, I guess, God, whichever you like to call it, above, blessed me when I was in college. My senior year, professors recommended me to go teach. Where? Plymouth, England. I thought they were on drugs. But nonetheless, they chose me out of a whole bunch of people, 1 of 4 people went over. I was in heaven. I was where they all had that beautiful accent. But there are so many black men with beautiful accents. I thought, oh, this is amazing. So, like I said, it's given to you by accident. And I do think that guilty pleasures are hereditary, because I have a young daughter, and our slight guilty pleasure is to watch old movies. So we're watching an old movie, and lo and behold, Lawrence of Arabia. She comes in the black, he's on the white horse, and then another one, a white horse. He's in clothing, and all of a sudden he unwraps his headdress at the well, and I hear from behind me, he's beautiful, Mom. And in my mind, I'm like, yes, it lives on. But I also say, guilty pleasures allow you to understand what the real pleasures are in life. And because I invited a very handsome young man to join me at a wedding that Lloyd Foster got married later in life. And I hadn't known this man for a long time, and I asked him, of all people, to go to a wedding. And my guilty pleasure led to the real pleasure in life. And that real pleasure is my husband, Joe. And we're going to be married 20 years in July. So,